Right, Road to Glory, week number 8. I think we have, what do we have, like 6 weeks left of the regular season, and still got a close race. Um, McGill still unbeaten. We'll see how long he can keep his run going. Mirando at 6-1 with another trade that I will be going over. Um, Me, Brett, and Ethan at 4-3. Andrew and Gallego at 3-4. And then we have Justin and Nihil at 2-5. And Evan is still looking to get on the board. But I'm gonna do a different way of doing the recap from last week. So I have no, I want to do into the recaps. Okay, here we go. So we had Mirando with a huge margin of victory. Um, Matchup player of the week was Devin White. Who had Devin White? Did Miranda have Devin White? No. No, I'm pulling it up on my phone. Okay, no, he didn't have Devin White. But let me pull up my predictions. I know I took Miranda. Yes, I did. Um, so Ethan's biggest bright spots were Amon Ra, Warren Ladd, and Chase Brown. And then obviously we see here with Miranda, we had Gibbs. Gibbs had pretty much basically all the Lions points, it felt like. On Monday, 34, JSM with 24. Against Houston, 2, good defense. Hurts with 24 and Bijan with 19, as you can see here. Miranda won big when it came to QB, running back, flex, and defense. So those were big wins there. Um, Seeing if I missed anything. So with this win, Miranda improves to 6-1, solidifying their place in second. Well, Ethan falls to 4-3, clinging to fifth place like a cat on a hot tin roof. At this rate, Ethan might want to start practicing there. Thank you for playing speeches while Miranda is busy polishing their championship trophy. That's a big claim. It's a big claim, but he's got a super team, so second year in a row with the super team. Okay, me and McGill. I did pick McGill. Obviously, might be kicking myself for this matchup. If for a reason I missed playoffs by like a game. Yeah, I'm still scratching my head. I want to see where it says here it is. Brady Bunch's star Chase decided to put up 32. Meanwhile, Jamison Williams must have thought he was playing in a different league, scoring a grand total of zeros. At least he didn't get negative right. A little more effort from GMO wouldn't have hurt either. Player of the week for McGill is the Patriots defense. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even realize that you like had them. Let's see, McGill. Okay, my top performers: Chase, Pittman, Warren, and Jacobs. McGill. I mean, dude, like, why couldn't if he had like less than 30? If he had less than 30, I win. Like how? Well, JT at 32, Stafford at 27, Devontae Adams with 25. I mean, so these three right here had 8 touchdowns. If you want to put Stafford 13 because he threw five unnecessary touchdowns. Um, Obviously, what stands out is running back. And I had a like decent week for running backs. Why does it say? I don't think that makes sense, but um, obviously McGill beat me in the running back and QB department. Probably two of the more crucial ones to go through. Um, Worst performing should just be JMO. McGill staying hot though at 7-0. I was just looking at this margin of victory. Okay, Galigo and Evan. Okay, I went with Galigo. Okay. Galigo's star was Trey McBride, who decided to show up to the party and score a whopping 26 points, exceeding their projection. Meanwhile, Jalen Waddle must have thought the game was a friendly match, only managing to score two. They were playing Cleveland. Didn't really match up well for him. Evan Devontae Smith had 27. Trayvon Henderson had zero point 0.5. That just, I don't understand. Just going through, Devontae Smith was the player of the week. However, for Goligo, we had McBride with 26, Judkins with 26, Brown with 24, and JD with 18. And then we had Herb with 30, Devontae Smith with 27, Charbonnet with 19, and Romeo Dobbs with 10. So initially what jumps off would be running back and tight end. Obviously, we saw McBride had 26.9. It's like kicker, some D line, but Gallego was able to pull out the victory on that. We have Brett and Andrew, very slim margin. So I think I went 4-1. Brett shining star was Jake Ferguson, who decided to show up and exceed their projection by scoring 20.93. Meanwhile, Ash and Genty must have been on a coffee break with 3.97. As for Angel Ramondre Stevenson, earns a gold star for 16.8 points. However, Xavier Worthy might want to rethink their life choices after scoring 6 points. I mean, if 6 points is going to be your worst performer, I would say that's pretty good. Let's see. Player of the week is Brian Burns. Why are they not picking from like the winning team? Um, Brett's top performers. We had Daniel Jones. I don't know why they didn't put Travis Hunter's name. He finally got in the end zone. Ferguson with 20, Scadaboo with 17, Andrew had Dak with 23. CD came back, had 19. He obviously had that huge touchdown. Mondre with 16. And Tucker Craft with 14. So obviously what stands out here, Andrew's receiving core, Brett's DBs, well, Travis Hunter definitely stretches that a little bit. Um, but a 0.25 margin of victory. I know it came down to Brett's defense at the end, and they gave up a touchdown right at the end of there. Um, but that would bring us to Japes and Nihil, where I know I picked Japes. So 4-1. It brings me to 22-12. Not too shabby. Um, okay. Nihil miraculous comeback. Obviously, it's probably going to be Will Anderson as your player of the week. Okay. Team Bison. Okay. Chiefs' shining star was Tyson Campbell. Actually, he might be the matchup player of the week, but Nihil, I won't forget yours. Meanwhile, Bill decided to take a nap on the field, scoring a pathetic 4.23 points. On the flip side, Nihil's Keenan Allen had 24. While Hall showed a What Were You Thinking Hall of Fame with 6.73. Okay. Okay, there we go. Will Anderson is the player of the week. Obviously, we know Nihil was down by like 30. He had um, Jones, the linebacker from Seattle, and then Will Anderson had that touchdown. Um, for Jeeps, top players, we have Mahomes at 26, Olave at 23, Rishi Rice, and then Tyson Campbell. And then for Nihil, in the comeback, we had Keenan Allen with 24, Drake with 23, T. Higgins with 18, and Will Anderson with 16. So immediately what stands out is I see receiver, both had good receiver production. CGF had a better flex. Nihil had some better defense, but definitely the D line here definitely um won the week for sure. With Will Anderson, as crazy as that sounds. So going into the waivers for the week as well as trades. Obviously, here we have a trade that had happened today between Brett and Mirando, Richard Smith, and Aronde Gadsden from Mirando to Brett for Brock Bowers. Oh boy. Okay. Brett has done some unimaginable trades this year. One thing I will give him credit for is some of them have seemed to pan out. Um, so I'm not going to quite question him yet. However, I don't like the look of this trade initially, just because I'm not sure if like Gadsden's like a 1 week wonder, which he might not be. But obviously, we know he has Ferguson. I don't know. It's just tough giving Bowers away, especially I know he was a keeper in round 10. Obviously, the Raiders kind of like a dumpster fire right now, but Miranda's already stacked enough as it is. However, if there's a chance that Kareem Hunt's out, Rashard Smith is actually pretty good. Um, Obviously, initial reaction is I feel like Brett could have gotten more than what he had received. That's just my opinion. Um, but we'll see how it pans out. Um, so obviously we had some waiver pickups. I want to get into this week's matchups. Not looking forward to this one. Mia Mirando, as you can see, new QB carousel has entered the chat. Joe Flacco, we're going with the stack versus the Jets. Let's just do it. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple options. I can still go Love at Pittsburgh, and then I actually ended up picking Jackson Dart because Waller went on IR. And I think Dart can be really good. I think they said he's top four fantasy QB since he started, which would be week four. Um, and then Pittman versus Tennessee. I like Baltimore's defense. It's been pretty bad. Um, I'm definitely not going to start JMO anymore. I should get rid of him, honestly. Jacobs against Pittsburgh. So I got a couple. I got me and Miranda were obviously saying this earlier. I got a lot of later games going on here. Etienne and Kyron on a bye for me, obviously. Big deal. JSN and Gibbs being on buys, but Miranda still hurts. Drake London, Pickens, Denver. That game will be interesting. Juwan Jennings, if Purdy plays, bro, I'm telling you, that's his favorite guy. This is what I'm worried about. This dude could literally have 45 points. He could have 45 points in this game. This is exactly who I am worried about. Him alone could literally win the week. Javonte, Hilton, Monty, Vidal, bro, please don't let a dude like that go off, bro, please. With my luck, he will, but I'm begging you. And then, bro, what is this start? Everyone verse. Yeah, Miranda drop Van Ginkle. He's already up on offering me Van Ginkle for Aubrey. Um, I'm picking Miranda though. I got too much unknown. Um, and Bijan's going for 45 this week, so okay. Over to Galigo versus Ethan. We don't have a quarterback in for Galigo. Waddle against Atlanta, like AJ going into this week at home. Seems like the passing game kind of like hit their stride a little bit. Um, Metcalf against Green Bay. They got to get safe on going, man. Judkins, bro. Judkins is a beast. Addison, Hunter Henry. Addison been playing well. Yeah. What were you looking at? So Daniels is doubtful. Oh, he's out. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm not starting Terry, bro. Hell no. Mike Evans is on IR. Bucky's out. Trey McBride's out. Okay, there it is. Ethan's got squash against Carolina. Yeah, he's gonna kill them. Ladd tomorrow against Minnesota. Judy. Leggett. Chase Brown, Dobbins, Tyler Warren, Pitts, bro. What is going? You guys' lineups. Okay, Amon Ra. Okay, so hold on. Who's Gallego gonna look at here? Thank God I did pick up some of these guys. Purdy, if he plays, he's limited. Purdy could be a good start. Penix, maybe Rogers. Not a lot to pick from. Um, okay, I'm gonna pick Tennessee Indy's defense. I'm gonna go with Gallego still. I think Gallego can find like a QB, maybe like Rogers or I don't know, maybe Rogers for the stack, maybe Purdy. I just feel like AJ, like these guys are manageable over to here, and then I still like these two. Obviously, Squash could literally have 50 points. But I think if he can get a manageable QB, he can pull it out. So Gallego, Evan versus Andrew. We got Herb tomorrow against Minnesota. Is Evan going to start Herb or Bo Nix against Dallas? Ooh, ooh, what will Evan do? Devontae Smith playing the Giants. Is Nico? He was in concussion protocol. He's not practicing. Dobbs, Henderson, Cook's back against Carolina. Baker is questionable. New Orleans, CD probably gonna have PS2 on him. Got Worthy Monday night. QJ tomorrow. Mason tomorrow. Rico Dowdle. How did Dowdle do? He still had 10 last week. And then Kittle. So if Purdy's back with Kittle, that's a big deal. Flex is Kittle. Okay. Um, I'm probably still gonna go with Andrew here. 5 weeks. Puka, BTJ, Charbonnet, Laporta, Brett first, Nihil, Brett's going Danny Dimes, love it. Versus Tennessee, Wandale at Philly. Did have a good game against Philly last time. Yep, 17. Shamir DK, bro. This dude had. Hello. That's not happening. Rashid Shaheed. This could be a Shaheed touchdown game. This could be another bomb for Shaheed. Scattaboo. Scattaboo had 30 last time. Go figure. Of course, it was against me. Brashard Smith. I mean, that game was a blowout why he got touches, but he and Brett has put a boot guy and Swift on the bench, bro. I do not. Why do you do this for the videos? And why do you have Ferg sitting too? What is Brett, why do you do this to me? Bro, give me Marcus Jones. What the fuck? Okay. I think Brett knows he has this. Okay, he does have Malikan. I was scared for a minute. We have Drake against Cleveland. I feel like that game might be low scoring. Keenan Allen versus Minnesota. Diggs. Limited, okay. T. Higgins versus the Jets. I'm not like a huge fan of some of these games. Garrett Wilson not practicing. I'm still going with Brett. I still think Brett's gonna switch. I still think Brett's gonna switch at the end. And then that brings me to Chiefs versus McGill. Mahomes Monday night against Washington. That game's gonna be a shit show, blowout. No Daniels playing. No, I don't even know. Sutton versus Dallas is that's a really good matchup. Yeah, bro, this receiving core, this could be the week right here. Jets, Rasheed. I like all three matchups, honestly. And then Kamara, so obviously with Miller gone, he should be a full go. Derek Lamar is practicing. Could they get back to form? It's Schultz and Olave. Williams and Andrews, Ingram, Bill. Okay, yeah. I like that lineup then. McGill's got Lamar if he plays against Chicago. Limited if he's good to go. No brainer there. Tat McMillan against Buffalo. Doomsday could be due for a good game. Flowers back in the lineup for McGill. But here's the engine right here. This is the engine. And right here with Rashad. The running back engines for McGill. No Adams though. No Devontae. So that's a big stick right there. This matchup this matchup might be close. Still going with Miguel. I do love Chiefs' receiver matchups as well as Mahomes. I just think the running back machine is going to be big, and personally, Patriots defense could have another big week. I don't know about Green Bay. They've just been very iffy. Um, McGill's also 7-0, so I feel like I got to pick him until he loses. But that's gonna do it. I'll go over player points next week. But in the meantime, we really pretty much 3 through 6. It's anyone's game, even all the way until Chiefs right now. Evans only Evans 3 games out of a playoff spot right now, but that's gonna do it. Good luck to everyone this week. A lot of good matchups. And we'll see how the standings check out next week.